Welcome back to Equities.com. We're at the Vancouver Resource Investment Conference. My name is Galen Engen. I'm sitting here with Colin Wiebe, who is the spokesperson for Geonovus Minerals. Nice to have you here, Colin.
Nice to be here.
Now, this is an interesting bend on a junior miner moving on into the entertainment industry. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your background and how you got involved with Geonovus?
Sure. I was approached by Mike England to be the spokesperson because we have a group of entertainment people, and we've been looking for a vehicle to really create this new type of content engine. And I come from the music side. I'm certainly not from the mining side, but I sort of cut my teeth in the music business. I toured all over the world with a Canadian artist known as Randy Bachman, who was in Bachman Turner Overdrive and the Guess Who, and was responsible for a lot of those wonderful songs like These Eyes and American Woman and Taking Care of Business. And so I was fortunate enough to be in his band for about 17 years. And in that time span, met a lot of people in the music industry, and we're at a situation now where it's time to kind of take our musical connections and our film connections and create more content, because I think there's a big need for it. So I come from the music side.
Now, you're not, and I'm saying this loosely, so please don't take it, you're not just a musician. It's not only where your experience lies. You also have some other tremendous experience as far as being a creative director at the Vancouver Sun. Do you want to talk about what that brings to the table in this regard, as far as like digital content and...
Sure. I was creative director of the Vancouver Sun and the province newspaper for quite a number of years, and I actually resigned there. I left there and created my own creative company, an agency which was the first virtual online marketing department before a lot of these virtual crowdsourcing things popped up. And we were doing this for a lot of different companies and helping them transition from offline marketing to online. So I have this combination. And one of my early clients was a digital advertising company. And this opened up a whole new world to me. I went to a trade show called AdTech, and our booth was situated beside, other small players in the market like Google and 24/7 Media. And so that was a transition for me that got me really excited about software, about digital advertising and marketing in that area. So I've had this parallel life between music and marketing, and been able to work with different companies and clients to be able to get their message out in a different way, and also create a story. And I'm a real big believer in telling a specific story, and that's why I like the merger between music and film right now is really exciting for me, and that's sort of the next phase of my career, is to move into that area, and I think this is the right vehicle. As you know, sort of the mining sector is a little bit out of favor right now. People are trying to switch their companies. We see a lot of people going into medical marijuana or something like that. It's very difficult to just start an entertainment company from scratch, because it's really about one word, and that's access. And you have to have the people within your organization that have access to the studios, access to the celebrities, access to the distributors and whatnot. And I think we have a core team that has an amazing amount of access.
Now, on top of that sort of access that you're discussing, the entertainment industry itself is going through a tremendous evolution now that has never been seen before. Do you want to just sort of tell us what that's all about?
Well, I knocked on our neighbor's door yesterday and I said, do you want to come over? And they said, no, we're binging on Breaking Bad. And what that tells me is that, we used to go and rent a movie at Blockbuster, some of the Rogers Video or something like that. You'd probably get 2 or 3 movies in a weekend, and then you'd have to take them back during the week. Well, now people can watch 2 or 3 movies in a night. People are actually binging on this content. We have Netflix, we have Hulu, Redbox, and now there's some other, HBO just separated from the cable industry, and now they've got their own streaming. There's a new one called Sling, which was done by Dish. You've probably seen ads for Crave TV, $4 a month. All these things are starting to pop up, and what happens is you get this voracious hunger for content. People are just starving for it. They'll watch a whole series. My daughter will sit down and watch the entire series of Grey's Anatomy in one weekend. And so what that tells me and potential investors is that there's a hunger for content. And I've seen news items that say, within the next 5 years, the big studios could actually run out of content. And so we want to create some good content, and we have the relationships with those studios. So that's a real important thing, is to be able to bring these stories to light.
So what projects does Geonovus currently have on its slate?
Well, there's about between 7 to 12 major motion pictures with celebrities. And at this point in time, until the change of business happens, I can't really tell you exactly what they are. When the website switches over, they'll be listed there, and there's some top name actors there.
Now, is there any way that people can find out more about Geonovus and what you guys are up to at this point in time, or should they wait for this conversion, or what are we talking about?
Well, at this point in time, if you go to geonovusminerals.com, you'll find the mining site, but that'll switch over once the change of business happens. And you'll see a brand new website, and then all the information will be there, the board of directors, the advisory board, the different projects that we're working on. I wanted to really quickly touch on digital web media too, because that is something that, you know, besides the music publishing, we've got signed a contract with a company called Greenstock Publishing, and a band, Franklin's Dealers, is going to be writing the soundtrack for a major film. It's an action-adventure thriller starring an action-adventure thriller guy. I can't tell you who the name is yet, but you'll find out soon. And so those types of soundtracks, things like that, our executive producer is an Academy Award winner. He's won an Oscar, and he has the ability to put this music directly into the film. So we're really excited about reading through these scripts and creating the music and finding new entertainers and bands to be able to push some of this music into these films. It's going to be fantastic. You know, if you look at Lionsgate and Relativity Media and some of the others and see what their stock prices are, it's not going to take long before, you know, we can compete with our little group based on, you know, when you win an Academy Award, the phone rings, and there's a lot of opportunity, and there's a lot of open doors. And so that's one of the critical things that I don't think any other, you know, company in here wanting to change to the entertainment business would have that advantage. So I think it's a real good feather in our cap to be able to use these connections, this access, the relationships with the major studios, and basically get to work right away.
Wow. Defined business strategy, great access. You guys have got a good plan. This is going to happen. I'm looking forward to seeing more about Geonovus and what steps it takes and how it evolves. Thank you very much for coming out and talking to us, Colin. It was very informative.
Thanks.
Anytime.
All right.
Take care.